Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for men's soccer action. Citrus and College of the Canyons here from the Cougar Soccer Facility. Alongside Mari Canezal, I'm Matt Robinson. Happy to have you along as always. Mari should be an interesting one. A couple of teams that are kind of struggling this year. Citrus 2-6-3 on the year. College of the Canyons 2-9-1 on the year. Both kind of in a little bit of a slog, a little bit of a struggle, trying to bounce their way out and pick up a win here today.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. See how both teams come out and respond to the last several games that they both have had. I know they're both definitely looking for a win, so I think we might actually get a good game here.
Yeah, we had one today with Oh, I have to go there to upload the film?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was just going to the other site, so I have to go to the hub.
I don't know how to upload into here, but
Okay.
that's what I would guess.
To set up the scrimmage, and then I can, okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's what I would get. That's what my guess would be.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you know how to set up games and stuff in there, right? Practice it on there. Games are this. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how you upload things into it because I've never done that. But there might be there might be an article on
Yeah,
there.
they
that
have
tells you how
like
to
a
do it.
whole bunch of new things.
Yeah. But I would go into the hub and see if it's there. All right, we're nearly ready to go. COC and Citrus College as we are underway here from the Cougar Soccer Facility. Citrus in their white uniforms attacking the goal to our left here in the first. The Cougars in their blue jerseys attacking the goal to our right. Tip down. You're not getting anything of the play, so tip the camera down. So we've got the camera running now, operating properly, so we'll start actually talking about the match. COC trying to work ahead. He said the Cougars in their blue uniforms moving to our right. Citrus in the white uniforms. Fernando Alfaro moving it ahead. Had it taken off his foot by one of the Cougar defenders, and COC will clear it back up through midfield onto the near side of the field. Akud trying to give chase with it. A little shove in the back of one of the Citrus players. It'll be a throw-in coming for Citrus as Carrera will bring it back into play. Morales has it knocked out, and COC will get a throw-in. So we look at the numbers going into the match today. As we said, COC 2-9-1 on the year, just 14 goals for, 57th in the state of California, Mari. And on the other side, Citrus just 12 goals for, 62nd in the state of California. So neither one of these teams has done a good job of putting the ball in the back of the net. Both, though, have done a decent job of getting shots on goal. When you look, Citrus 75 shots for this year, COC 101 shots for. So they've had opportunities, just nobody really finishing.
Yeah, and I think we do see that a lot from COC, right? We see fewer opportunities attacking. Doesn't mean they don't come, like they get goals out of it. It's just holding that lead. I think that's where they struggle a little bit with.
As we look over the last 5 matches for Citrus, they've been shut out in 3 of those 5 matches. They've been shut out 5 total times this season, and they've only scored more than 2 goals in 2 games this year, and those are both wins, a 3-1 win over Southwestern and a 3-0 win over Southwestern, actually, and a 3-1 win over Imperial Valley. On the other side, COC just 1 game with 3 or more goals this year, and that was a 6-3 loss to Sequoia. So it's just been tough sledding on both sides, trying to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't know as a coach like what I would do if I'd want to still hunker down and try to defend a little bit more, or try a little bit more of an attack method. So I think they have the defending down. They've
Yeah.
played with each other enough, you know. I think at this point, I think it might be worth a shot, you know, to come out with the attack a little bit more.
Leska knocked down. Ball comes back into the COC end. Arana will go back and get it back to Matthew Swanson, who's getting the starting goal today. Josh Swanson, of course, was the leading scorer last year for COC, and he injured himself in the first game of the year, and that's been a big miss for COC, not having him in the lineup to try and be the striker.
Hopefully he has that quick recovery and does everything he needs to be healthy, and hopefully we see him back here next year.
Ball goes underneath the foot of Fryer. Cougars able to play it ahead into the corner. Nakud trying to run onto it. Will stop it up just below the end line. Works back towards the top of the box. Back to Fryer now on the near side of the field. Fryer trying to cut it back to the middle. Instead, he's going to roll it back into the corner, pressured by a couple of Owls. Ball still loose as they tie up. And Citrus plays it out, and I believe it's going to be a corner kick coming for COC.
I think that was a very well done job getting it down there with the two defenders. I think his goal was for that corner kick, and I think he got it.
So the Cougars will set up a corner. Rana will come over and take it for COC. Rana will swing it low. It pops right back out, then takes a weird skip off the turf right back to the middle of the field, and that allows Reglis to pick up on it and bring it back up the field for Citrus. Owls will play it back to their keeper. Orozco getting the start today. Will play it up ahead. Citrus once again just playing for control. Alvarez Novales. Moving it up ahead now to Morales, who will bring it up the near side. Little miscommunication by Citrus. They nearly popped it out. Carrera and Morales kind of got tied up with one another. Now Garabin will bring it down the near sideline. He's challenged by one of the Cougars, and it pops out off of COC. So no score here early on, just underway if you're just joining us. COC and Citrus on a Friday night. Cougars trying to make it 2 wins in the last 3 matches. Had a 2-0 win over LA Mission on the 7th and lost to Bakersfield to open their conference season. 4-2 on the road earlier this week. Fryer, whistle for a foul, a shove on Citrus, and the Cougars will get a free kick. So Leskin will take it here. A little set-piece opportunity for COC. They'll see if they can set up some cutters into the box. Just a one-man wall for Citrus. Leskin will try and bend it over the top of him. Does. Good ball served right into the middle of the field. A chance for the Cougars, and they just drive it wide. It was defended away by Citrus at first there, Mari.
It was a great set piece. It was an incredible set piece. It's a good thing he got ahead on that.
So it was a really nice opportunity for the Cougars, and they just couldn't capitalize on it. Garabin, the captain, will play it ahead. Morales will play it back towards Carrera. Now Garabin with it again. They play catch between him and Carrera. Fryer steps up, takes it away, tries to get it to Hizbawana, who will bring it up the far side. Now with the left-footed chance, will delay. Thought he was going to take a strike, instead did not. Ball bounced back towards Davila, who took a strike, and it was blocked away. Popped high up in the air. Davila missed on first contact. And that got you to kind of throw your hands up. And a little bit of confusion at maybe the attempt by Davila there. And then a bad play ahead by COC that just goes out off the end line.
That's always rough, especially when you're the one running onto that one at full speed.
Out off of COC. Citrus with another throw-in right in front of the Cougar bench. First contact by Larcier. Owls will take over. Valdez will play it ahead. Cougars drive it out all the way across the grass field on the other side. So we need to find a ball to go back into play.
How'd it go?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I played everybody. I thought we were going to do another 3 stop 20 minutes. I thought we were going to do another one. Some red shirts to play.
Coach Phil yelling for some energy out on the field, and I think he has a point. Does seem a little
lax here early on.
Quiet. Yeah.
Not a lot of noise. Two teams that are very passive in their conversation. The Cougars get a takeaway against as Morales steals it from Arana. Citrus trying to work into the box. Cougars get a clear. And Fryer on the near side will chip back. Arana ahead. Didn't clear it very far. Garavan knocked it down. Cougars get a takeaway. Larcy on a long run. Had it knocked off of his foot from behind. Cougars able to recover. Fryer ahead. Nakuda touch pass back into the middle. Davila stumbled along the ball, kind of tripped himself on the turf, and Citrus back the other way on a counter. They slow up things a little bit as the Cougars with a good challenge by Labine Matthias that time to take the ball away, but it creates a throw-in for Citrus.
You know, we go back to that communication, and I think it's kind of telling with the way the games have been going. I mean, I'm a huge advocate for communication on the field. I mean, I feel like the more you communicate, I mean, you know, the more organized you are, the more connected you are. And I think we're seeing that on both sides a little bit. You know, we see the Cougars moving upfield, kind of 1-2s, but they're just slightly off or slightly behind. And I think maybe if we get a little bit more communication going, specific, you know, I think that might help them out a little bit.
Yeah, it's very passive. It's been very quiet as Nizbamwana gets a chance that's blocked. Fryer knocks down the ricochet back towards him, but Citrus gets a clear. And that communication, that constant discussing of where the ball is, where the ball needs to play.
Yeah. You should have people off the ball telling you where they are, where you can go, you know.
When you hear it a lot when you listen down on the field in higher level matches, turn, move left, move right. And we just don't hear that here early on. From really either side, it's been very quiet. I think the loudest we've heard is actually the goalkeeper for Citrus, Orozco, a few seconds ago, hollering from the back line. He's way outside the box, trying to help his team spur ahead. As Alvarado Padilla will play it back. Citrus will play for control as Becker will play it up the near side to Carrera. Carrera looked like he had a chance to try and run forward. Instead, just stopped his feet, and Citrus trying to play with control. Cougars get a takeaway here. Is Bamwana trying to run on it on the far side, just outside the box on the 18. Wanted to spin it back into the middle, but had a tough challenge right against him. Alvarez Navales able to knock it away from him. Labine Matthias on first contact. Couple of bodies crash into one another on each side. Labine Matthias going to be called for a foul. Here goes Citrus. Morales back into the middle of the field to Orozco. Will play it off to the far side. Owls try and feed it through the middle. Leskin way back inside the box to defend it away. Played out off of Citrus, and it'll be a Canyons throw-in. For both sides, really, we've talked about the offense already. For Citrus, Orozco and Morales lead the way with 3 goals apiece. For the Cougars, nobody with 3 goals so far of the year. Fryer, Nakud, Arana, and De La O, each with 2. And it's just, you don't really have that striker off either side. That was just a poor play across by Leskin. Had too much on it.
Yeah, a little bit too much. I mean, it's one of the, it's just kind of a simple play that needs to be made.
And that's kind of the, I think that's kind of the
Yeah.
the problem as well that we've seen throughout the year for COC, the basic plays that get missed.
Yeah.
And that's led to some trouble and led to some opportunities for opposition that's hurt COC throughout the year. And it's not like they've been out of games. Every game, when you look at the schedule, 1-2 goal games, other than the 6-3 loss to Sequoias, really have been within reach. 3-0 to Santa Barbara. That's the only other one that was a stretch lead.
I mean, we've seen really amazing soccer from them. I think sometimes odds weren't really in their favor, but we have seen some really beautiful soccer, and it's just about consistency at this point. And I think a little bit, honestly, I would say a little bit of a broken spirit.
Yep.
I don't want to say it necessarily is that right now, but it feels a little bit of the sort, you know.
Well, I kind of felt like it right away after Swanson. He's kind of the catalyst early on in the year. He was one of their leaders, him and Leskin through the middle, and that kind of changed the complexion of the roster really quickly.
Yeah.
You don't obviously put it on one guy. And
yeah. I mean, a win today would definitely, I think,
help
liven their spirits here.
I mean, and you've had some good matches. Like we said, a 2-1 loss to the Tahitian under-20 team. That was one of their first games of the year.
It was a
really
great game.
Good game. Yeah, it was a really nice match. And just a couple of late breakdowns that caused the loss, and they've been in everything else.
Yeah, and that goes with a few other games. They had just a couple late breakdowns,
2-1 loss to
or
Moore Park
just
here, the same thing.
a couple breakdowns in a game, and that led to the loss. And unfortunately, you know, that's soccer, and it happens. And if the other team capitalizes on it, it is that loss. I don't think their record shows the true
the nature of the
talent
team,
for this team. Yeah.
Can't get the ball back in to go back to play.
Our soccer players here.
So now we go back to work off the throw-in. First contact by COC, but Citrus gets a takeaway. You got to do a better job on first touches here early on. RCA with a good takeaway. As Bomwana now trying to move it ahead. Wanted to get it to Nakud, got taken down from behind, and sliding out as Orozco to cover it up.
I mean, you see this Cougars defending pretty well, too. I mean, they're moving as a unit, cutting off that whole half of the field for Citrus here, forcing them to go in a direction they don't want to go. And that works out for COC. As we see, they have possession of the ball.
And it really, throughout this first half so far, as we're almost halfway through it, Citrus has controlled the ball for the majority, but has not had any opportunities on goal. That shows you how good the COC defense at times can be, even when they're not in possession of the ball, just layering and taking away opportunities. So they get a takeaway here from Fryer. And it turned back over, but the Cougars get it back. Arana with a nice takeaway. COC wanting to play with control here. Leskin onto the far side. Labine Matthias ahead to Larcier. Back in the middle to Leskin. Leskin. Nice little move. Flicked ahead. Fryer trying to knock it down into the corner. And they say it's a handball off of Fryer. It went off the elbow or the upper arm.
Yeah, I think the shoulder counts.
Well,
you know,
sometimes, depending on
I don't want it to. I thought it was a good touch, but
depending
I think
on who's officiating, we've seen a couple of shoulders and upper arms that have gone
that is
by
very
the way.
true. It does depend on the ref there.
So we go back to work. Citrus with the ball. Owls just possessing inside their own end. Carrera on the near sideline. Morales now.
And we see it again, right? We see the Cougars just pressing in and not giving them any room to get the ball out or even see who is available.
And how much of that is a controlled press and a set by the defense with two guys coming and kind of in a slow motion?
Mm-hmm.
It's not
I think
hard.
they do a good job of picking and choosing when they double down and when they don't need to.
Because it's definitely not a full-speed press those few times
No.
we've seen it. It's a very slow, methodical, we're just going to stand here and make you move the ball.
You know, and we'll see. I don't know if they'll make the adjustment now or after halftime if they talk about it.
Good combination. Nils Bomwana gets a shot away and a diving save by Orozco. Good chance for COC right there. Maybe the best of the match so far.
I'd say that was a great touch in, and definitely not the shot he wanted, but sure we'll see another opportunity coming from him.
Since Bomwana's had the ball on his foot quite often here so far early on. A little bit of a bad pass by Leskin that time. That's the second one we've seen from Leskin. It comes right after he had a really good touch to get this Bomwana free a few moments ago. Citrus controlling once again. Carrera will play it ahead. Morales going to try and run down onto it. Him and Arana shove one another as they go after the ball. A little body contact. No harm, no foul. We continue on. Arana staying right with Morales. Nearly gets a takeaway. Morales eventually will give it up back to Carrera. The Cougars are going to get a throw in here.
Ref saying settle down a little bit there. I think he's done a good job of calling what needs to be called and not calling what doesn't need to be called. I think he's done a good job so far with that.
Nakudo come off the field here for COC. They'll get a substitution. And it wouldn't be a COC soccer match without a little bit of physical play.
No, I fully expect to see a yellow card at some point.
Especially with two conference opponents that...
They both want to win. They both need the win.
Yeah, both 0-1 on the conference season. Both just 2 wins on the regular season.
Leskin a little confused on the ground there, how he ended up there. Or
And he
maybe
gets a-
more so
yep.
why it didn't get called.
He and David Orozco get connected, and Orozco goes down. Leskin comes and checks on him. So it'll be a free ball here for Citrus, right at the midfield stripe. About 5 yards into the COC end of midfield.
Great ball into the back.
Swanson
Good
knocks it
touch.
down. Cougars get a clear. A little dangerous that time from Matthew Swanson, but the Cougars back defensively to clear it away, and now they try and go on a counter. There's Bomwana stopping it up on the near sideline. Got it to Fryer. Fryer needs to move it quick, had back pressure. Got it to Leskin. Swings it to the far side, but it's just in the middle of, I don't know where he was passing it to. He had a guy, Larcy, running ahead, and he had the big Matthias just standing behind.
Yeah, I think he just misjudged and didn't see that player that was
It was almost
in
a pass.
position to step up. But luckily, I can't see
Citrus
who that
couldn't
is
control,
from
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Luckily, he just didn't have a great first touch.
Cougars had a service in that didn't result in anything. They'll try it again. This one swung low. Knocked out. Nisbomwana a couple of touches, trying to keep control here. Back to Arana, who's pressed ahead. He'll try and serve it into the box. Trying for that back corner post to Larcier, and he just couldn't bring it down. And it's a goal kick coming for Citrus.
It's just the two of you bobbing your head. There's a line about 4 coaches on. Just looked over, that's all I saw.
Carrera playing it ahead. Cougars trying to get onto it here as Leskin will play it back. Chavez will play it back to Swanson, using him as an outlet. He'll swing it onto the near side to Arana. Erich played it ahead for COC. Cesar Perez in the game, got it to Leskin. Leskin trying to run ahead. Luskin's had a little bit of trouble controlling balls today. It's unusual, uncharacteristic of Drew. He's usually very good on control.
I mean, he still has his speed, absolutely, but I think he's just a little bit off today. Hopefully he reins that in here.
Good ball from Fryer to Nils Bomwana down the near side. Swings it back to the middle. Luskin still with control. Couldn't get through the final defender. Went through 2 guys, couldn't get through the third. COC doesn't even get a chance away on what was a good ball down into the attacking area. Good takeaway by Larcier.
I think that the way the Cougars have been, I mean, they've been a lot of through balls that I don't think necessarily are connecting, but when they have those quick 1-2s down there, Citrus doesn't really know what to do with it. And if they were just able to connect on those and solid contact, I think they would do really well.
Cougars will get a chance here on a free kick from just outside the 18.
Let it play on for a while.
Yeah, we'll call it 22-23. It came off the Nils Bomwana trip, I believe.
I think that's what it was.
It was either that or Larcia did get grabbed by the arm.
It's probably
here.
one too many.
Yep. So we'll walk off 10 yards, and the Cougars from about 28 here, as the wall going to be right at the top of the 18, it looks like. It'll be a big wall for Citrus. We'll see if COC can get some cutters and runners going through, try and create something. It'll be Luskin maybe stepping up to take it. No, he'll let Larcier drive it low. And Orozco makes the stop. He was reading it well, the wall helping him that time. The Cougars get another chance, but can't find the back. Here goes COC trying to work now.
A little bit of a texture ball in there.
Yeah, Rana trying to feed it in. Citrus with a good touch. Alvarado Padilla now with it. Will play it up the far sideline. Luskin with a takeaway as a bad pass from Citrus that time. And here's Fryer. Trying to feed it through, defended. Luskin will try and chip one ahead. Nils Bomwana, little header, trying to get it to fall in. Kept out by Citrus, but the official says it's a goal. It goes in.
I can't tell if he was calling offside or a foul.
Yeah, I can't either.
I thought he was on.
Well, he's looking at the far flag, or the near side flag man. He pointed at the goal.
I mean, from what I saw, he was onside when the ball was kicked.
I thought so too.
I thought it was a great run, great texture ball.
And it's a goal for COC. Nils Bomwana going to get credit for it. And the Cougars with a 1-0 lead here at the 18:53 mark. Remaining in the first half.
Great effort by Citrus to almost take
keep
that
it out,
away. But like again, that was an incredibly texture ball, fell perfectly and bounced back at COC. I don't know if the keeper could see that,
No.
the way the ball was moving. I don't think he could see that.
Yeah, it was a nice little.
No, it was 24 that got the goal. Yeah, oh, you did. I just heard you say Luskin. I only heard the back end.
It was a great ball by Luskin.
Absolutely, and you said
Yeah.
a little chip, little back spin on it, just kind of take a nice little high hop off the turf. And how much does the turf in this instance, because it is an artificial turf field, make a difference in that play as opposed to maybe off of a natural grass field?
Maybe depending on
Depending on how well kept the grass is.
How
good,
well
valid
watered
point.
it is.
Well, generally
yeah,
natural
but
grass
I mean,
always going to be a little bit softer than a turf field.
Yeah. I mean, turf, it definitely bounces. It probably would have been a little bit lower on that one, but he plays on this field 5 days a week or whatever. You know, he knows what he's doing, and just unfortunately for Citrus's keeper, I think he just couldn't see.
What was
the
on
textured ball.
So the Cougars capitalize. Take a 1-0 lead here midway through the first half. It's been a while since COC's had an early lead. So Small driven ahead. Arana on first touch. Luskin trying to control that first touch, could not. David Orozco takes it away and plays it along the far side for Citrus. Owls have not had an attack in a while. Cougars have controlled for the last we'll say 5 to 10 minutes of game time. As Chavez wanted to slide it out of play, or ahead for COC. Actually, yeah, it was Alejandro Chavez trying to clear it. Ball still loose. Leskin actually, I think his foot hit Valdez as he was trying to clear the ball.
Yeah, I didn't think his cleat was that high, and he came in a little low in there. And that's always a dangerous play to get down there.
Valdez looks like he's all right. Cougars coming back the other way on a counter. Good ball, feeding ahead. Larcier down the far side. Has it on his left foot, tries to send it through the middle. Defended by Lance Becker. Labine Matthias running ahead to try and keep it in an attack formation for COC. His cross cleared away once again by Becker, and Citrus will play it ahead. Laskin going to be whistled for a foul that time on a push from behind as he contacted Aregulas a little bit too hard.
And again, the Cougars forcing Citrus to go back.
That's been the key here early on for COC.
I think that was the first time that they've seen that through ball in the middle and successfully made it. Talk about consistency. I think with COC, that's a one of those that you don't want to let up on.
Well, yeah, it's worked well here early on. They nearly create a little bit of a problem for Matthew Swanson. He kind of got caught in between that time, but luckily the COC defense back enough to help out. As Bomwana trying to run away from Alvarez Novales, kind of got drugged down. I was going to wait. I was going to say there needs to be a whistle there.
Looked a little like he was hooking arms there.
So it'll be COC on a free kick. This one slid towards the box.
Great set piece from COC.
Nobody from the Cougars could get onto it, but a very nicely played ball by Labine Matthias that time. And it was an opportunity. It just didn't. It was well high enough in the air, just nobody could really get in around the Citrus defense. So you got to credit the Owls that time.
Absolutely. I mean, they're great balls in, and those are hard to defend.
Substitution here for COC. Davila coming off the field. Nakud, I believe, coming back on. I believe the Owls actually bringing in Christian Manuel Sosa to take over on the near side in the attack position. Here's Becker. Becker's had a nice game so far defensively. He's the one, I think, that almost kept it out of the goal on that texture ball from
I think
Leskin.
you're right.
It was a heck of an effort from him. Just couldn't quite get to it. Play it back towards the keeper. Orozco will control. As Alberto Orozco in his 4th start of the year will slide it over.
They're having trouble coming out of the back with the Cougars pressing where they're at.
And it's a soft press, really, right? I mean, it's not a heavy press.
Not too much effort. They're just cutting off angles and bodies.
Kind of an awkward play there when the Cougars went rolling down across the floor. Cesar Perez. Ball played ahead, defended away by Berderich. Taken by Citrus, played back into the middle. Berderich there to counter the cross again, and the Cougars will get a clear. Nakud knocks it down. Nakud trying to run ahead, has a body right on top of him from behind. Gets pressured by 2 Owls, and Morales takes it away. His ball ahead, trying to find Manuel Sosa. It goes out off of COC, they say, and it'll be a Citrus throw-in, as Carrera will come up and take it. A little over 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Cougars with a 1-0 lead. Is Bomwana with the goal.
Ooh.
Takeaway by Citrus, a chance blocked.
It's a good block.
Yeah, Chavez got his full body on that one, and the Cougars trying to go back the other way on a counter. Trying to feed Nakud down into the corner. Becker right there with him. Nakud tried a little stutter step. Instead, we'll play it back to Fryer. Fryer wants to serve it up through the middle. Cutter to the back corner, doesn't get it. It bounces back to Larcier. Larcier cuts to his left, tried to cross it through, and will set up a goal kick, actually. They say it went back off of Larcier. Or was it a handball in the box? I'm not sure.
Corner kick.
Okay.
All right, that was odd.
I
could have believed him if he said goal kick.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it might have hit, what was it, Larcier over
I thought
there
it might
on
have hit
that
Larcier
side?
going back
I
out.
thought it did. I thought I heard it. But, I mean, maybe it's better a corner kick than a penalty kick.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he decided.
Well, now they're going to have a discussion. I think he was actually the official just checking on Jose Valdez,
yeah.
maybe.
I think
Valdez-
someone took a shot,
Yeah.
I think.
So the Cougars
Shot to
will
the body.
get a corner here, low corner to the inside post. Larcier with a header on, but just goes up and over the net. So a decent chance for COC off the corner, but just couldn't connect. I feel like that tight corner into the near side post, one of the hardest ones to execute in soccer.
Oh, yeah. That's...
You have so little
Yeah.
margin for error in terms of where the net
Oh,
is.
yeah. You have to get it in a very specific spot on your head with the proper amount of redirection. Yeah.
Citrus back in control. Morales will play it back to Becker. Becker trying to feed it ahead. Good defense by COC that time as Chavez was there to knock it down. Now Leskin with the pressure from behind will send it onto the near side. Arana will play it up. And it'll be a throw in for COC here. And substitutions coming for the Cougars as well. COC with a throw-in that gets by everybody.
Yeah, I don't
Becker
think
just
anyone expected that one to get through.
had a lot of pace on it. A little bit more power than everybody expected. Larcier able to keep it in on the near sideline. Nice play by Larcier. Good effort that time.
Good work. Yeah.
He's got it once again. Cuts around one defender. Plays it into the middle to Leskin. Leskin with two bodies on him. We'll send it back to Arana.
And I think that's the kind of effort that
That was a weird
we
ball.
were missing in the first, I would say majority actually of the first half, but it looks like he's bringing that effort.
Throw-in coming.
And that can be contagious.
And Larcier has been all over the field here early on. We've seen him on a couple of tacks. We've seen him on a couple of defensive plays, creating opportunities here for COC. Goes COC trying to attack again off a takeaway. Nakud trying to work in on the ball. And a good job by the Citrus defense that time to make sure Nakud couldn't get a body on it, didn't touch it themselves, and it creates a goal kick. Owls just playing short here. Trying to work on something to get out of the back. The Cougars just soft press.
Yeah, they seem to be really having trouble with it. It's very interesting, actually. I feel it like almost looks like there's more Cougars on the field than there is Citrus, and I don't know why that is, whether there's a lack of movement or the Cougars are just cutting off the angles and bodies that Citrus is looking for.
So Rana now with it on the near side. Feeds it ahead. Trying to get another texture ball in there for either Nils Bomwana or Perez, and couldn't quite get there, and Citrus back the other way.
I'm truly impressed that he was able to keep possession of that.
Whistle for a foul going to be called on COC. As tripped up that time was Alfaro. Citrus will get a free kick.
Take a strike or two. Yeah, look, you should be looking one spot.
As the Cougars able to move the ball ahead. Ball bouncing through the middle of the field. Foul going to be called on COC for a jersey grab on Leskin from behind. Citrus will play this one into the box off the free kick. Cougars clear it into the corner. Foul going to be called on Citrus there. Going to go against Morales as he tripped up one of the Cougar defenders trying to run towards it. As Koskas got caught up with him. This one fed ahead. Nakud, first contact ahead. He's able to run onto it. Still trying to get around a defender. Got tugged down from behind by the Citrus defender Carrera, and Carrera going to get a yellow card out of it.
I almost feel that was a very unnecessary foul. I mean, I think the touch from Nakud was not the best cutting in. It was great, the right idea, but just not the best. I think it was a wasted foul there.
So the Cougars will get a chance on a set piece here. They'll pace off 10. It's right outside the 18 on the pretty much the elbow of the box right here. It'll be Labine Matthias, I believe, to try and bend it in as he's the left footer. See what the Cougars can decide on here. As he swings it towards the back corner, punched out by Orozco. That was a good ball.
Yeah, it was a great ball.
And a better save by
left foot.
Orozco that time to just get a hand on it and punch it away.
It's definitely getting a little dewy out here.
Yeah, temperatures dropped a bit. It was 87 degrees at one point today, now down into the 70s.
It's that time of year.
Cougars getting a corner here. See what they set up. Leskin will pop it high towards the back corner of the box. Cougars just control. Played into the middle and a chance on a one-touch. Perez fed it into the middle, and it was Koskas on the one-touch that just drove it wide.
Yeah, I think Citrus is having a hard time when COC does play quick 1-2s, that unpredictable pass, or that quick pass. They just have a hard time, slower time reacting to it, I think.
Maybe something the Cougars can capitalize on as the match continues on. Leskin right in the middle to knock that ball down. A couple of bodies ran into one another, and we'll get a whistle here as Nakud was trying to run onto it. Alvarez Navales was trying to clear it out, and I think Nakud just stepped on him as he was trying to clear it.
I think it was just slightly, just a little bit too late on that, on an accident there. Nevertheless, never feels good.
Yeah. So we'll wait here and hope Alvarez Navales is fine. So we'll get a free kick from right at the top of the box for Citrus here. Is Bamwana first touch. Citrus with a takeaway here. Cougars trying to counter. Nakud tried to play it along the far side. He had Larcier running down, or Labine Matthias, excuse me, running down that far side. Nakud on the far side of the field. He's usually off this near side. Works off his right foot, but instead of working off the left foot now, as they've kind of switched up a little bit. Change to the positioning for the Cougars right now.
Which I think is good. I mean, Nakud seems to be getting the ball a lot tonight, to his feet, running onto it. You know, he's been very active tonight, and I think he's one of the few that uses his body in a way to protect the ball that I don't think we see very much from COC. But I think that is a great
Yeah, there's going to be a card here.
a great aspect to have. Leave the ball.
Citrus going to get a free kick here. Caribbean was asking for a yellow, as it was a similar play to the one near the box, but I think a little less aggressive. And what does not draw the card that time. Becker will play it down into the box. Cougars get a clear. Leskin will pop it away. And we are at the end of the first half. COC with a 1-0 lead. The only goal, Nils Niwe Nisbamwana. And the Cougars with a 1-0 lead. We'll take a break here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Clara.
Hi, I'm Diana. Welcome to College of the Canyons. We are so excited to share our beautiful campuses with you.
At College of the Canyons, we have distinguished ourselves as one of the leading community colleges in California through our high-quality academics, forward-thinking staff, and outstanding student support systems. We have 3 campuses that serve well over 33,000 students.
The Valencia campus is our original and largest campus and has a university feel in a park-like setting. The Canyon Country campus is our newest campus. It is located on the east side of town and is nestled in the foothills, giving it a small community feel.
And our 3rd campus is fully online, offering the opportunity to take classes whenever it's most convenient for you.
With a wide range of educational offerings, College of the Canyons offers students the option to earn certificates or associate degrees and prepare for transfer to 4-year universities. Students are able to choose from more than 200 academic programs and enjoy access to a large offering of student services, clubs, athletics, resources, and extracurricular events and activities.
We have a lot of exciting things to show you. So let's get started. Thank you for joining us on this virtual tour.
If you find that you have any additional questions, you can contact Outreach and School Relations either by email or phone. We'll see you on campus.
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network. We get ready for second half action. Matt Robinson, Mari Kanizel here with you. COC with a 1-0 lead over Citrus as we are just about ready to get underway. Citrus and COC. The Cougars will start with the ball here in the second half, and we are underway. COC's only goal, Nils Bamwana, back in the 24th minute, I believe, as Nakud sends this one to the parking lot. Oh, not quite, stayed in. So for COC, trying to pick up their second win in 3 matches. So far holding a 1-0 lead. It's been a very passive press so far today for COC, but it's worked out nicely. As Leskin will bring the ball ahead. Cougars trying on an attack here. They'll just set up and they'll get it to Levine to Matthias on the near side. He'll delay, sends it towards the box, little texture ball, cutter towards the back corner, but they couldn't get a chance away. Swanson will control. COC pushed all the way back to their own end. RCA gets it ahead to Nisbamwana. He'll run onto it. Just outside the 18, has it taken away. Citrus will clear up the near sideline. Larcier knocks it down on first contact. They get it back to Larcier. He'll play it in the middle, trying to get it to Leskin. Leskin tripped on the turf that time and ran into one of the Owls. And I hope David Orozco's okay. He kind of took that one hard. It wasn't anything but Leskin
definitely
falling
not intentional.
over.
Yeah, I think he tripped over the field.
Yeah, he tripped over the turf. A turf monster came up and got him.
Hopefully he's all right there. That's always the worst, is when it's accidental, or I feel like there's always more room for injury there.
Yeah, you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Something outside the ordinary happens. It'll be a free kick. It gets whistled as a foul on COC, even though it was kind of Leskin just falling over.
What are you going to do at that point?
Citrus trying to work ahead. Marcy will chip. Cougars trying to go on an attack here. Citrus trying to come back to work again on the offensive side, looking for the equalizer here early in the second half, or in the second half, not the first half.
Yeah, I'm really loving the energy we're seeing and effort from Larcier. I think he has really controlled the game's pace tonight. Him and Leskin in the middle, I think, have done a great job of that.
Cougars trying to battle for it, a couple of bodies shoulder together. Two big guys in Jonathan Alvarado Padilla and
a great
jersey tug, foul, and I believe a card going to be called against Valdez.
That was a
here.
great use of his body. He had no choice but to grab him.
Nisbamwana gets a good opportunity taken away from him. Cougars will get a chance on a set piece here, and this is where they've been good so far today. It'll be Levine Matthias trying to set it up. He'll swing it low. Defended away by Citrus. Cougars able to keep it on the attacking side of midfield. Extra ball in, looking for Larcier. Dunches it back. Offside flag on the far side, though, so the Cougars will never get a chance away. Larcier's not happy with it.
I think he was paying attention to it, and he thought he was on. Which it was a pretty long floating ball, so it's easy to forget when the ball was played.
So Citrus will go back to work. Orozco kind of holds, and now I think gonna drive it away. Cougars just softly backing off here a little bit. Good first contact that time by
a great step.
Chavez. RCA tied up. Nisbamwana trying to come back and help out. RCA there again. And Larcier knocks it out, forces a throw in. Take away that time for COC by Perez. Cougars will control. Leskin will play it back to the back line. Berderich will play it on the far side of the field. They get it back to Berderich in the middle. And Chavez have done a nice job in the middle back positions today. Now Leskin running ahead. Got it to Nisbamwana. Out of Chavez on the outside towards Nakud. Nakud will run back, and instead it'll be pressing up was Koskas. Got it back to Nakud in the middle. Nils Bomwana touches it back. Leskin, a little soft touch. Now takes a right-footed strike off the crossbar and bounces out.
You know, and we did see Leskin struggling a little bit in that first half, but I think he ended up finding his stride, finding his touch, and that has definitely had an influence on the Cougars.
It's a really good look for Leskin that time. And I think
It's a very patient shot, too. I expected him to go one touch in, but he took a touch, and he saw what he had. And
I think it caught Alberto Orozco off guard, too, as the goaltender didn't even challenge it. It was maybe a little closer than he would have liked on the challenge.
You know, I thought it was going over, so he might have thought the same thing, but it dipped slightly, and that is a dangerous shot to have.
Citrus trying to find a counterattack here. Cougars again, that soft press has forced Citrus back into their own end.
And again, the high press gives them a turnover in Citrus's half.
The ball inside the Citrus zone here. Just waiting to find a ball as Cougars look to be poised to get an opportunity here. Short throw in, ball played into the middle. Larcier tried to head it towards, it's flicked down towards the corner. Larcier able to get onto it. He had the first touch, spins away, takes a shot, and he scores! Larcier with a beautiful play, and the Cougars have a 2-0 lead.
He definitely deserves that one. Absolutely, he's been working very hard all game. He deserves that one.
Take another look. He steals the ball out of the corner here and tucks it on the near side. We get a couple of looks at it, and Larcier gives the Cougars a 2-0 advantage on a beautiful goal.
It was a tough angle too, but he knew exactly what he was doing from the time he ran out to grab that ball.
Just his second of the year, and he was the first touch on it as well on the ball that was played back through the middle.
That's the thing, his energy tonight, he said he was gonna do it, and he's put in the energy.
There's a beautiful bend from inside. I mean, he's really inside the 6-yard box at that point in time and tucked it into the back corner up over the top of Orozco. And the Cougars with a 2-0 lead. Labine Matthias a nice step up to get a takeaway. Larcier right there to help on the follow-up. Cougars will try and get it onto the far side of the field. Over to pressure that time was Koskas, gets a takeaway. The Cougars play back for control with Leskin. Working onto the outside. This ball flipped up into the air towards goal, and Orozco will collect it that time. But the Cougars with a 2-0 lead. And this has been more attacks than we've seen from COC here at home. I think all season long, and so far it's paid off. A couple of goals, one off a nice texture ball, another just off a great single effort by Larcier for his second of the year.
I mean, we've seen them work very hard on defense majority of the games.
Here's a takeaway, though, for Citrus on a small turnover. Knocked down just outside of the box on COC. And it's going to be a free kick from right outside the 16 here. 18, thank you, sorry.
I know it's the 18, meant the 18, it's the 16. I don't want any comments. Stuff happens.
So it'll be a free kick chance here for Citrus, just outside the 18. Cougars standing right about the 6 with the wall. Swanson getting him dialed up.
This has to be about the biggest wall I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole
ever.
side. The only man not in there is Ms. Mamwana.
I know.
And it's kind of a curved wall here. Chip up over, and it's going to go up and over the net.
I mean, you only had one option.
Yeah, with as many bodies as COC stacked back there. And I think you're right. I think that's the most I've ever seen in terms of just selling out to make the stop there. And it works well for the Cougars here. We'll get substitution for Citrus. Swanson plays it back away through midfield as we go back to work. Foul going to be called against Valdez going over the top of Nisbamwana. Leskin will just play back for control off the free kick. Cougars have Edelson Ramirez into the game for the first time, playing along the back line. Getting some rest for Chavez. Cougars with control down deep. They'll try and set up a cross into the corner. Flick on, and it just goes wide. As Koskas had the chance. And now a yellow card called on the far side against Citrus late after the play. As Arana got taken down, I didn't see what happened on that far side. I was watching the service ball into the middle.
I didn't see either, but assuming it's a little bit of a late hit there.
I believe the Cougars are going to have a corner here. As they say, Orozco got a hand on it off that flick on by Koskas. So the Cougars will set up on another corner here. They'll go low along the turf. Labine Matthias trying to bend it in. Header towards, and it just goes wide. Good look, good setup for COC.
That was a good set piece from CLC. You know, we haven't seen that from them yet this year, I don't think.
No, that's the first one I've seen on a design like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked out very well. Caught the defense sleeping a bit, nearly gave the Cougars a 3-0 lead. Take any more insurance that you can get, leading with 2 right now and still attacking. Nisbamwana kind of fell away from the ball a little bit too much. Larcier first contact on a ball that was popped up into the air. Nisbamwana able to play it back to Labine Matthias. He wanted to bend it low and had the wrong club. Took a little bit of a 9-iron instead of the driver. And Cougars trying to work it ahead. Citrus trying on an attack here. Morales on a long run got taken down from behind. And a card going to be given to COC here.
And I don't know if that was as strategic of a foul as it, could have been. But, I mean, we had several players back there. Maybe he just got caught up with him.
Edelson Ramirez called for the card that time. And so Citrus will get a set here. And again, right outside the 18, nearly on the elbow on that far side. We'll see if COC decides to run with the 85-man wall once again. Nisbamwana running back there to help out too. Citrus going to take it. They'll run a couple of bodies over. They'll chip it towards the far corner, trying for the far post, and the Cougars just do a good job defending away and letting it go out. And a goal kick for Matthew Swanson coming up. Contact for a foul. Citrus going to get a chance here to work once again on designing an attack and trying to find a goal here. We're at the 28-24 remaining mark of the second half. This ball flipped towards the middle. Swanson coming out to challenge it and take it away. Nice read by Matthew Swanson that time, coming out and gathering.
Yeah, I think that was, he hasn't been very active back there, but.
Hasn't needed to be.
Yeah, but when he needs to be assertive, he is.
Bamwana touches it back to Larcier. Larcier just really won that one himself. Wasn't a great touch back to him, and he just out-muscled and outworked the opposition. Erich running ahead. Cougars get a steal again. They want to work on an attack. Nakud into the middle of the field. Chavez had it, lost it. Nils Bamwana fighting with Valdez, going to get whistled for a foul. Little jersey tug on Valdez that time.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Maybe the first bad touch by Larcier today.
I was going to say, I don't think he was aware of the player behind him, and that goes back to that communication.
Taken away by Morales. Got to tell Faro he'll spin it on. Swanson knocks it down on one hop. And will just manage and throw the ball back out as he got pressure on him. Cougars playing control right now. Larcier works it ahead. This Bamwana ran himself out of play.
Can't tell if we're cramping here or we have a.
I think we might be.
Yeah.
As they're going to substitute Nismawana out. He's been out there the whole time so far.
Yeah, he's been running all game.
So it'll be a throw in here for Citrus. De La O coming into the game for the first time today. So another speedster out there on the front end.
Yeah, I definitely don't think we're losing anything up top.
Especially in terms of pace. De La O works very well, very quick speed. Him and Nisbamwana both similar in build and style of play. Valdez gets taken down. Larcier on the challenge. Larcier gonna get a yellow on that. So here's Morales on a set piece for Citrus. Wants to swing it into the box. Header down, and Swanson going to be the only one there. And just controlling the pace here now as he waves everybody ahead. Very good kick away, but he got a good bounce off the turf. Citrus will come back the other direction. Guzman. And it spin it back. Becker knocked down. Now going to be called against COC.
A lot of little chippiness going on out there right now.
Wouldn't be a COC soccer
No.
match without some chippiness in the second
There's
half.
no surprises.
Yeah. It's usually where we get to at this point
rough
in time.
is picking and choosing when the yellow comes out because of it.
So this ball played back into the middle. De La O was trying to challenge. Ball still loose, we play on. Verderich stepping up, plays it back into the middle of the field. De La O and Alvarez Navales kind of got tied up. Cougars get a takeaway here. Trying to get a shot on goal, blocked. Cleared away by Citrus. As Alvarado Padilla played it back out. Larcier played it back in, or excuse me, Levine Matias played it back in. This one gonna go to Citrus. Cougars thought it was theirs.
I think it's one of those few times the refs didn't even know.
And I don't know what that whistle was for.
Was he calling a handball?
I don't know.
I definitely didn't see one, but also I am not
thought
the
the
ref.
ball was just being, I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
is as
I
good
don't
as
know that
mine.
one.
All right, number one, you guys need a new fight song. Number two, the Dodgers are garbage. You guys need a new fight song. Keep playing dumb. No, Hail to the Victors.
Hail to the what?
The Victors. Citrus getting a chance off the set piece that goes wide. We'll get
Best there ever was.
substitutions off the far side. It's like Larcier and Ramirez coming off. Interesting sub here. Larcier coming off has played very well today.
Looks like we're seeing Fryer come back on, though. I think that's a good switch there, though.
Also going to see Torres for the first time today. Checking back in for COC as well as Arthur Koskas. Oscar Reyes onto the field for Citrus as well for the first time today, as they get some substitutions in themselves. Perez had it for a moment. Cougars played ahead. Perez on it again, trying to work around a defender. Took a little bit for a whistle, and Perez going to be called for a little bit of a hold. Have a delay here as the ball went off into the night somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any extra balls out here either. Which normally I feel like we would definitely be hearing some complaints from the other side, but not hearing anything. Yeah, Jesse, let's see it.
Jesse Munoz, our SID, saying he might kick one across. Stretch in here. Watch out. I don't know if he can, though. After all the stairs he ran yesterday, he came up into the booth during the second half of the football game. Looked like he had just played the first half, was completely sweaty. I thought he needed to go down to the showers.
Wow. He's calling you out.
He called himself out, too. We were laughing about it yesterday.
I made it back.
He made it back to the booth. As we go back to work, we're finally back to playing. Cougars with a good touch ahead.
Couple of good 1-2s, just not quick enough.
Ball on ball contact there, and Citrus going to get a throw in here. I think anytime the ball goes out of play, though, right now for COC, it's in their favor. It wastes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And a moving ball right now for the Cougars is probably, or a stalled ball for the Cougars right now is probably more in their favor than anything else. Leskin on the backside now. Off to the far side of the field. Verderich will drive it ahead. Becker there to play it back forward for Citrus. Cougars get it back, though, as Fryer up the far side. Shoulder to shoulder with Jonathan Alvarado Padilla. Ball still being fought for by both sides. Neither team with clean control, and now Citrus will hold for a second. Turnover by Becker, taken away by Fryer, played out of play by Citrus, and a throw in for COC.
15 for that yellow card. 15 far side, yeah. That's an old ref break right there. Because you just look at who was in the area. The closest guy. I didn't see who it was, but I'm going to take the guy that was closest to it. You know how many times I used to do that in the junior game? I'd say to the players, I don't know who has it, but I know there was somebody that had it. I'm going to take the closest guy unless you tell me who it was.
Leskin stalls the ball, and we had a whistle for a foul back along. They were letting it play on.
Definitely have seen more attack from Citrus this half.
Yeah, they've had more opportunities. I was just about to say the same thing, Mari.
Yeah, but I think COC still has been.
It hasn't been anything dangerous.
No,
here.
I think they've still done a good job of reading balls through and stepping when they need to step.
Some of the COC faithful asking for a foul and got it.
Definitely let that play
Yeah, went
play
on
out
quite
a little bit.
So the Cougars back to work. Ball fed into the middle, kind of took a weird bounce. De La O knocks it down, chance, and they score! But there's an offside flag on the far side.
I think he was too shocked to even notice he was offside.
Yeah, it was.
As the ball just popped right in front of him.
It was Koskis that got caught for the offsides, I think. And it was because the ball pinballed around.
Yeah.
I mean, credit De La O for staying with it.
Absolutely. That's a hard one to see.
So takes a goal off the wall. But again, COC with another throw in. And anytime the ball's stalled up, it's clock moving in favor of COC at this point.
And a great
Good touch.
Beautiful.
Koskis. Then he's taken down from behind. And we're going to get a card here on 15.
Are we?
Yeah, he took his card out of his pocket.
Is
Oscar
that not
Reyes.
his second?
Reyes gets the yellow. And Reyes, I believe, is going to get sent off for a red, and he will. So Reyes with yellow and his second of the match and a red. Now Citrus will have to play man down for the final 14:30. That helps COC with a 2-0 lead. Now they can just possess the ball for the final 15 minutes and try and take home another victory here. As
another
Levine Matthias on the ball played in, and it's knocked out off of Morales. That was a heck of a play by Morales, actually. I think he might have been a touch too close to the ball.
Yeah, I think that's what he's complaining about there.
Substitutions for COC, I believe, coming. Feels a bit like a time management substitution more than anything. Arana off for COC. Little game within the game. David Orozco down on the field. Dimitri Marikta kind of got tied up. Citrus playing man down now as Oscar Reyes with a couple of yellow cards has been sent off. If you're COC, it's even more important to be connected defensively, as you don't want to let the 10-man attack get to you.
Sometimes it happens.
You find a little bit of a laziness into it after you think you have the man advantage, and you kind of.
There can be, depending on the game, there can be a mindset that switches in that team with 10 players. It's a little bit of adrenaline.
Levine Matthias will just chip it down into the corner. A very smart play.
Great ball.
Texture on it to get it to Koskas, who will get it back to De La O, back to Levine Matthias. And then he makes hard contact, and he's going to get a yellow card here. As he and Morales got connected together.
He's thinking he got ball on that.
Yeah, got a lot of body, got a little bit of the ball late.
He did get ball, he just got a lot of body. Can't do. This ref just living with his hand in his
How many yellows is that so far? 7 in the match so far.
That is a lot of cards.
It's just like all the stuff that Cougar would cheat on.
Hey, did you see Lisa Pearl's door decoration?
Cougars will flip to the near side. Koskas with a good touch, gets around one defender, got run into by Morales.
A great awareness of where the other player was on that.
Maybe I didn't see that, because we sent one of our work studies out to go get pictures of them all, not when they get posted. Probably when you found out who who was on there?
I don't even know. I think they were drawing some stuff.
So Levine Matthias now on a free ball.
Oh.
Fryer plays it in.
Off
Good
his
job
body.
by Fryer off his body to get up to get to that.
Trace Thompson leadoff loop single. That's all we can get right now.
In on the hands.
Yeah. At least it was a better swing than Cody's the other night on his hit.
Garaban down. Get a whistle for a stoppage here.
And then he almost got backpicked by Soto rounding the bat. It just like never ceases to amaze me. The only reason he didn't is because Soto hit him. I don't know, man. I blame Dave Roberts. That's what happens when you predict the World Series.
Yeah, what else are you gonna predict?
You just don't say it.
So we'll go back to work now. Orozco's had a rough match, and he's going to go sit on the trainer's table here.
There has been a lot of people down on this field tonight.
No way.
Cougars just playing control here, as you think they would with the extra man. Now they look like they want to set up an attack. Good ball ahead. Larcier knocks it down. Citrus
Great
just plays
ball,
it out.
yeah.
Cougars will get a throw in here. Substitutions coming from COC. Leskin going to come off.
I think he did a great job after getting comfortable.
Yeah, had a tough
with
first
his
half.
touch on the ball. You know, I think he did a great job of controlling the pace and controlling the ball and all over the field for his players tonight. Him and Larcia, I'd say.
But very nice matches. Sogomonian coming in to take over and take over the captain's armband. As the Cougars back to work. De La O down into the corner.
Very smart on that play. It's going to be a corner kick for the Cougars.
COC will get a chance to try and set something up. And they'll actually send in some more subs here. Koskas coming off.
Well,
Ledesma and Trong coming on.
a little curious how much time the ref is going to add on. It's been a lot of
Subs, a lot of stalls.
A lot of subs, a lot of stalls, a lot of people on the ground in this second half.
Let's play back to work now. The Cougars will set up Sogomonian. Tucks it in towards
That was
the near
a great
post.
ball, and he had a Cougar open on that one.
Very good look on a good corner set piece for COC and just couldn't drive it in.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they had live. SoCal College Sports does their game. For soccer? Yeah. Wow. So we were in a meeting and Tom Gang was talking about.
So we go back to work after a whistle.
And he's like, what?
COC with a 2-0 lead. 6:15 to go here in the allotted time on the clock, but we will play off the officials' watch. As this one goes out of play off of COC, they say.
I can't really tell. I don't even know if anyone's saying.
Oh, Phil had the ball there. Yeah, that was Phil keeping the ball
God.
away from one of the Citrus players. He was arguing with the official about who the throw-in should be for. Citrus going to get an attack here. That one driven wide. Swanson.
Ledesma was trying to get to that, but one of the Citrus players was in the way.
Swanson, ball was 7 feet wide, and he was up in the air ready to go. SID Jesse Munoz said he had a little scream as he was going through. It was a good chance for Valdez that he just drove it wide. I mean, I don't blame Swanson. Anything close, right? You challenge it.
At this point in the game,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Especially a 2-0 lead as we go back to work now.
Did have a little bit of a curve on it, you know.
Cougars go back to work. Sogomonian drives it ahead. Good ball ahead to Fryer, who touches it on.
And, you know, the Cougars have produced a lot of turnovers in Citrus's defensive half. You know, their high press tonight up top and having that many bodies up there, I think, really produced their opportunities.
De La O's pass just picked off. That was a great play by Becker again. Talked about Becker a lot today for Citrus. Bert Erich with a step up that creates a turnover, but Citrus able to drive it back to the COC end. Torres on it first. Torres clears it off one of the Owls and out of play. It should be a COC throw in here.
Oof.
bounce off his back, but he's
Yeah,
able to
a
get
little
back
bit of
onto it. And he runs into one of the Owls on a hip check worthy of an ice hockey game.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a little looked a little bit more like hockey than soccer for a second.
A little bit of the
Just a little bit
little
of
Rob Blake-esque right there, throwing the hip out. Cougars look at a free kick here. Makes me feel at home. This little hip check, throw the hip out. It's a clean play on the ice.
He's solid.
Not so much on the pitch.
Oh,
Cougars get a chance and a good save by
a
Hernandez.
great save. I think it might have been offside either way, but a great save.
I don't know if we want to pay Trey Turner anymore. Popped out with 1 out, 8 runner up. Didn't even get it off the infield. Jesse, I got the. Yeah, we got all right. Move these sacrifices. Trace Thompson and Austin Barnes are the only two getting hits right now. 8, 9 hitters.
Valdez pressured, Sogomoni in a takeaway. Delgado had it for a moment. Cougars get it back. Another takeaway by COC, and they just play it down. Inside the final 2 on the clock.
So I have a feeling the ref is going to add
Yeah, we'll probably
several
get
minutes on to this half.
4 to 5 minutes at
Yeah,
half,
I would
think.
say.
But we'll wait and see. We keep going to work. Citrus just playing it back. Hernandez is in there in goal to start the second half. So we were crediting Orozco, but it was actually Manny Hernandez coming in to take over. COC going to play back for control to Matthew Swanson. Out off of Citrus. The chance just driven wide. A good look that time for Citrus, as Arguelles had a shot on goal that just went wide. De La O tries to cut it across. A header on as a cutting man through the middle was Marikta, and he just put it up and over.
I think that deflection helped a little bit for the delay on the run there.
2 on in scoring position, nobody out. We get 1 run, Jesse, with 1, 2, 3 coming to the plate. That ain't gonna cut it. They ain't gonna get it done.
So you'll see another attack here. Fryer working down. Chips, chance, and they score! Marikta right there. He's got one, and the Cougars have a 3-0 lead. Good cross from Fryer that time to find
Great
him.
cross, easy finish, well executed.
So a 3-0 lead for COC. Just the second time this year they've scored 3 or more goals in a match. As Marikta has the goal. We're in extra time now, and this one pretty much done. COC should pick up their 3rd win of the year and get to 1-1 in conference play. They get goals from Nisbamwana, Larcier, and Marikta. The last one coming with an extra man on as Citrus playing man down after the red card to Oscar Reyes. There's a foul called against Citrus. So we'll get a ball played back in. Cougars trying to attack again, trying to add more here. And that is the final whistle. The Cougars take it. A 3-0 COC win. They improved to 3-9-1 on the year and 1-1 in conference play. And a pretty good performance today from COC, Mari.
Yeah, I think all around from back to front, they did what they were supposed to. They were strong defensively and offensively, and the results show it.
Well, we thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. COC with a 3-0 victory, their 3rd win of the year. We thank you as always. Have a good night, everybody.
Hi, I'm Clara.
Hi, I'm Diana.
Welcome to College of the Canyons.